Hello, passionate Celtic FC fans. This is Celtic Central News, your exclusive source for Celtic updates. Before we kick off, we appreciate the incredible support. If you love Celtic, subscribe now, hit like, and let's build this community together. Now into the latest news, a warm welcome to new subscribers. Your support is crucial. Hail, hail! The Scottish football world is currently swirling with speculation and shock after an absolutely unexpected rumour hit the stands. Nicholas Raskin, a key player for Rangers, is apparently set to sign for their fierce rival Celtic. Imagine that the very thought of a Rangers player, especially one as talented and influential as Raskin crossing over to Celtic, is enough to send shockwaves through the entire country's football community. Now, this isn't your usual transfer. News. It's the kind of story that could ignite fierce debates in pubs from Glasgow to Edinburgh and beyond, stirring emotions that run deep with decades of rivalry history. The rumor first surfaced late last night, gaining traction on social media and quickly spreading through fan forums and sports news outlets. It's been whispered in insider circles that Celtic have been quietly negotiating a deal for weeks, possibly offering a deal that Rangers found hard to refuse. But why would Raskin, a player seemingly loyal and committed to Rangers, suddenly consider making such a controversial move? Could it be a financial temptation or something more personal behind the scenes? Supporters from both camps are divided, some dismissing it outright, while others are already bracing for the fallout of such a sensational transfer. What makes this rumor even more intense is the timing. Nicholas Raskin has been a pivotal figure in Rangers midfield, consistently impressing with his skill vision and work rate throughout the season. His presence on the pitch has been crucial in helping Rangers maintain their competitive edge in the Scottish Premiership. For Celtic to swoop in and snatch him away would be a strategic masterstroke, not only strengthening their squad, but simultaneously weakening their bitter rivals. Fans of Celtic are reportedly buzzing with excitement at the prospect, imagining how Raskin's style could fit into their tactics, possibly giving them a decisive advantage in upcoming clashes. However, Rangers supporters are understandably stunned, with many expressing feelings of betrayal. This transfer, if true, would rewrite the usual narratives of loyalty and rivalry in Scottish football. There's talk of secret meetings, intense negotiations, and behind-the-scenes power plays that add layers of intrigue to the story. As it stands, nobody can confirm the deal is sealed, but the rumor alone is enough to cause major ripples across the footballing landscape here in Scotland. Adding fuel to the fire, there are claims that Celtic's management have made a personal appeal to Raskin, promising him a leading role and possibly better contract terms. This would not just be a simple transfer, it could signal a shift in power dynamics within Scottish football. The notion of Raskin becoming a Celtic player is sparking heated discussions about loyalty ambition and the blurred lines between footballing allegiances. Historically, few players have dared to switch directly between these two rivals without facing backlash, but Raskin's case might break that tradition. Speculators suggest that Celtic sees Raskin as a key to revitalizing their squad, especially with the club seeking to reclaim dominance after some challenging seasons. There are murmurs that this deal could pave the way for more such moves in the future, breaking down old barriers and reshaping the fierce rivalry. While the transfer window is still open, this rumor could develop into one of the most talked about moves in Scottish football history, making fans and analysts eager to see how the story unfolds in the coming days. Meanwhile, insiders hint that Rangers board may be reconsidering their stance on the deal, possibly under pressure from financial realities and Raskin's own desires. The club reportedly faces budget constraints, which might explain why they are contemplating letting go of such a valuable asset. There are suggestions that Raskin himself has been unsettled recently, perhaps looking for new challenges or disillusioned with the current setup. This adds another dimension to the story, making it less about pure rivalry and more about the personal and professional crossroads a player faces. The prospect of Raskin signing with Celtic could also reflect a broader trend of shifting player loyalties and ambitions within the Scottish Premiership. Fans and pundits alike are on edge, speculating whether this is a smart move by Celtic or a gamble that could backfire spectacularly. As the rumor spreads, reactions vary from disbelief to cautious optimism. But one thing is certain, if this transfer happens, it will be one of the most sensational moves in Scottish football history remembered. for years to come. Adding to the buzz, social media has exploded with fans from both sides exchanging fiery comments and memes about the rumored transfer. Hashtags like "Knock Raskin to Celtic" and "Don't Look Shock in Scotland" are trending, showing how deeply this story has captivated the public's imagination. Football forums are filled with heated debates, with some fans calling it a betrayal of Rangers' badge, while others argue that players must follow their career ambitions. The Celtic camp seems cautiously optimistic, but is trying to keep the news low profile until the deal is officially announced. Meanwhile, pundits are weighing in with their expert opinions, many suggesting that this could be a turning point for the entire Scottish Premiership. The possibility of Raskin in a Celtic jersey challenges long-standing traditions and raises questions about how fierce rivalry will play out in the future. Could this rumor be the beginning of a new era where player transfers between Rangers and Celtic become less taboo, or will it provoke more intense clashes between the two fan bases? The uncertainty and drama make this story one of the most captivating in recent Scottish football memory. There are also whispers that negotiations for Raskin's move involved intermediaries who have strong ties with both clubs, indicating a high level of secrecy and complexity surrounding the deal. This has led to rampant speculation about who exactly pushed this transfer forward and what the motivations behind it are. Could there be bigger plans at Celtic with this signing, acting as the opening salvo for a summer of surprising moves? Some insiders suggest that Celtic's management is looking to rebuild a squad that can dominate not only domestically, but also make a stronger impact in European competitions. Raskin's technical skills and experience in high-pressure matches could be exactly what they need. However, for Rangers, losing such a player to their fiercest rivals could trigger a chain reaction, possibly weakening team morale and fan support. This transfer would be more than just a sporting decision. It could influence club dynamics, sponsorship, deals, and even fan culture on both sides. The buzz is real, and with the transfer window still open, anything could happen before the dust settles. Furthermore, the psychological impact on both squads is a topic of intense discussion. For Rangers, players and supporters, the idea of Raskin in a Celtic shirt is almost unthinkable, potentially creating tension within the team and fan base. On the flip side, Celtic players might feel a renewed boost of confidence knowing they've secured a player who was once a thorn in their side. The rivalry is about more than just football. It's a cultural and historical rivalry that runs deep in Scottish identity. Bringing a player like Raskin across the divide could be seen as a statement of intent by Celtic, signaling they're ready to disrupt the established order and challenge Rangers on every front. Fans on both sides are bracing themselves for the reaction this transfer could provoke, with some already calling it a betrayal, while others view it as a professional step forward. The coming days promise a whirlwind of emotions analysis and drama as this rumor continues to unfold and possibly solidify into reality. Finally, some football historians and commentators are starting to frame this rumor as potentially one of the most dramatic moments in the old firm rivalry's long and storied history. Transfers between Rangers and Celtic have always been rare and fraught with tension, often met with hostility and sometimes even threats. If Raskin's move is confirmed, it could open a new chapter where the fierce rivalry is tempered by modern football's realities: player ambition, financial pressures, and globalized football markets. On the other hand, it could also deepen the divide, making matches even more emotionally charged and intense. Fans are already preparing for what could be a landmark announcement, with speculation swirling about press conferences, player statements, and fan reactions. Whether Raskin's signature on a Celtic contract becomes fact or fades away as a wild rumor, the mere possibility has captured the imagination of football lovers across Scotland. The narrative is set, the tension is palpable, and all eyes are on the transfer window as this story continues to develop. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. As the rumor mill churns relentlessly, more subtle details about the possible Nicholas Raskin transfer to Celtic have started to leak out, adding even more layers of intrigue to the story. According to some sources, the discussions between the players' representatives and Celtic have been surprisingly advanced, with the terms of the contract reportedly favoring Raskin heavily. This suggests that Celtic are not simply looking to disrupt Rangers, but are ready to invest significantly in reshaping their midfield, viewing Raskin as a central figure in their future plans. The financial details, while not confirmed, hint at a lucrative deal that would reflect both Raskin's current form and his potential impact. Meanwhile, the atmosphere at Rangers is reportedly tense, with some senior figures within the club uncertain about how to respond. The possibility that they might lose one of their key players to their arch rivals has stirred a complex mix of frustration and resignation. There's also talk of potential fan unrest, with some supporters feeling betrayed and threatening to protest if the deal goes through. The ripple effects of this rumor are clearly extending beyond just the pitch. Moreover, pundits and analysts have been debating the tactical implications of Raskin's potential move to Celtic. Known for his sharp passing vision and ability to control the tempo of the game, Raskin fits perfectly into Celtic's more possession-based style of play. This could provide Celtic with a vital creative spark in midfield, especially as they seek to close the gap on Rangers in the league standings. The strategic significance of this transfer cannot be overstated, as it could influence the way both teams approach future Old Firm matches. If Raskin dons the green and white jersey, it might not just be a transfer, but a tactical game changer, forcing Rangers to rethink their midfield setup and possibly look for replacements in the transfer market. Such a shift could also embolden Celtic's manager, providing new options and increasing competition within the squad. The prospect of these tactical battles adds an exciting dimension to the ongoing rumor, with fans eager to see how it might affect the fierce rivalry on the pitch. Interestingly, some insiders have suggested that Raskin himself has been quietly unhappy with his current role at Rangers for some time. Despite his undeniable talent and importance, there are whispers of dissatisfaction regarding his position in the squad and his relationship with certain members of the coaching staff. This might explain why he could be tempted by Celtic's offer, which reportedly promises a more central role and greater influence on the team's direction. Players often face tough choices, balancing loyalty with ambition, and Raskin's case might be a classic example of this dilemma. If true, this adds a deeply personal angle to the rumor, turning it into more than just a business transaction. It becomes a story about a player seeking new challenges, a fresh start, and the chance to assert himself in a new environment. This human aspect makes the rumor even more compelling, stirring empathy as well as controversy among fans and observers. The psychological effect on the fan bases is also something to consider. Rangers fans might feel betrayed, not only because of losing a talented player, but because the transfer would symbolize a crack in the seemingly unbreakable rivalry barrier. Celtic fans, on the other hand, may feel victorious, perceiving the signing as a triumph of ambition and strategy over loyalty and tradition. This dynamic could create a volatile atmosphere at upcoming matches, with tension not just on the pitch, but in the stands as well. The transfer, if it happens, could redefine what it means to be an Old Firm fan in the modern era, challenging long-held beliefs and passions. Social media has already shown glimpses of this, with divided opinions and heated exchanges dominating online discussions. Such an emotional roller coaster only fuels the rumor, further making it a gripping narrative that extends well beyond football tactics or contracts. Further complicating matters is the role of the media, which has been relentless in pursuing every scrap of information related to this rumor. Sports journalists and insiders have been working overtime, piecing together hints and leaks to confirm whether this deal is truly happening. The pressure on both clubs to clarify their positions has been immense, though so far official statements remain vague or non-committal. This silence only fans the fire, leaving room for speculation and wild guesses. Media outlets are preparing for what could be one of the biggest sports stories in Scotland this year, planning special coverage, interviews, and fan reactions. The power of media in shaping perceptions and narratives around transfers cannot be underestimated, and in this case, it's helping to turn a rumor into a national talking point. Whether the deal will be officially announced or quietly fall apart, the media circus itself is adding an extra layer of drama and anticipation. At the same time, experts are pointing out that the financial realities of Scottish football might be pushing clubs like Rangers to consider unusual deals. The pandemic and economic challenges have hit many clubs hard, forcing them to rethink spending and player contracts. Selling a valuable asset like Raskin to Celtic might be a way for Rangers to balance their books, even if it risks angering fans and disrupting team cohesion. This practical aspect sometimes clashes with the emotional and cultural elements of the rivalry, creating a complex situation for decision makers. Meanwhile, Celtic could see this as a savvy business move, acquiring talent at a reasonable price while strengthening their squad depth. The financial chess game behind the scenes is as fascinating as the on-pitch rivalry, highlighting how modern football is a blend of passion and pragmatism. The Raskin rumor is a perfect case study in how economic pressures can intersect with sporting drama, making it a compelling story from multiple angles. There's also speculation that if this transfer happens, it might encourage other players to consider moves between the two rivals, something previously considered almost taboo. This could mark a shift in Scottish football culture, where the fierce Old Firm divide might soften under the pressures of modern football careers and market realities. Younger players especially may start seeing moves between Rangers and Celtic as viable options for advancing their careers, leading to a more fluid transfer market. This potential trend could reshape Scottish football in the coming years, making it more competitive and interconnected, but also possibly diluting some of the historic passion that has defined the rivalry for over a century. For now, the idea remains a rumor, but its implications are wide-reaching and thought-provoking, stirring conversations among fans, players, and club officials alike about what the future holds for Old Firm football. Fans and commentators alike are also curious about how Raskin's potential move would be received by the dressing rooms at both clubs. Would Celtic players welcome him with open arms, or would there be suspicion about his loyalty and commitment? Conversely, how would Rangers players react to losing a teammate to their greatest rivals? The human dynamics within squads can be delicate, and such a high-profile transfer could create tensions or even motivate players differently. Some believe Raskin's professionalism and character might help smooth the transition, while others fear it could ignite old animosities and divisions. This aspect adds a psychological and social dimension to the rumor, reminding us that football is about people as much as tactics and transfers. The locker room atmosphere post-transfer could be a story in itself, influencing team performance and morale in unpredictable ways. The unfolding drama surrounding this rumor is captivating on every level. In the end, the Nicholas Raskin to Celtic rumor embodies everything that makes football so compelling: passion, rivalry, ambition, drama, and uncertainty. Whether it turns out to be true or just another transfer window fantasy it has already captured the imagination of Scottish football fans and pundits alike. The coming days and weeks promise intense speculation, possible official announcements, and a flood of opinions from all corners of the footballing world. No matter what happens, this rumor will be remembered as one of the most talked about stories in recent Scottish football history, symbolizing the ever-changing landscape of the beautiful game in Scotland. For now, all eyes remain fixed on Raskin, Celtic, and Rangers as this sensational tale continues to develop, keeping fans on the edge of their seats and reminding us all why we love the drama of football. Hello fan, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.